God has given me a message. It just came to my head because I do these advice things and I post them. Well, God was giving me this thing called a blind sight. Blind sight is, in your driver's test, it tells you about blind spots for you to watch out for blind spots. Some people walk around with blind spots on them, on them. What do I mean by blind sight and blind spot? That means that they're blind to the wrongful action that they're doing towards other people. They see the innocent people that they're doing the wrong to as the perpetrator or as the problem. Well, one person can't be a problem to hundreds of people. What is your problem? What is the group problem? One person can't be a problem to a whole group of people, especially if that person is minding their own business. What is your problem? That's the question. Why are you blind to your own problems? Why are you blind to your own behavior? Why are you blind to your own belief system? Why are you blind to your own actions? There's a thing in psychology that you learn about dissociation disorder. Dissociation disorder is where people can do some heinous and wrongful thing to other people, but they have a blind sight when it comes to themselves. So they disassociate themselves from that behavior because they don't really like that part of them. So they disassociate or disconnect themselves from it after they have done the wrong and make themselves look like pillars of the community. It's like if you will, and I'm being straight to the point, it's like a dad going into the bedroom of his child and violating his child's rights and then disassociate himself from the act that he did towards his own child to make him look like father of the year, if you will. And that's how people are. That's how some people are, where they do wrong, they plot, plan. Like right now, I'm in Citric Heights, California. Now I don't bother these people because I've always been that type of woman. I stay to myself, mind my own business. Another person's business is none of mine. I'm not paying their bills. I'm not paying their rent. But for some reason, blindside people love to enforce themselves in your life. And see, I have a warning thing that I give you 3 warnings. Stay the hell out of my business. Because when I was raising my kids, you wasn't buying the diapers, you wasn't buying the milk, you wasn't furnishing the shoes or the clothing. That was me that had to work 2 jobs at $3.35 an hour. That was me that had to stand up on my feet all those years. That was me that had to lift heavy patients out of beds and put them in wheelchairs and put them in showers. That was me. So if you are not here to better me and to show me a better way, then there's no way that you should be anywhere in my space and in my arena or caring about anything that has to do with me, if you will, or anyone else. See, some people have such a blind spot that they hate seeing themselves because when they really look, turn the outside, turn from the outside and turn in the inside, they hate that person that they see. So, in order to not deal with that ugly person inside of them, they look on the outside and it's like a radar. They try to scan for people that they can reflect their nasty and evil and dirty, nasty side off on. But I'm not nobody punching bag. I am my own self. I'm too old to be changing for people at the age of 56. If they really have their best interests, have my best interests and welfare at heart, the first thing that they will do is talk to me like I'm an adult. They will treat me like I'm an adult. They will treat me like I'm a human being. They would treat me the way that they would want me to treat them. Period. When I was sitting up there taking care of my grandbabies, there was nobody else around but me and the mother, providing diaper, milk, and everything else that the baby need. So at the end of the day, where do these outsiders fit in into our arena, or our family arena? Do you think that you have that much power that you on the outside, blind sight, you on the outside gonna dictate to me as a single woman that had to take care of myself and my kids for years? How do you think that's gonna work without a fight? How do you think that that's gonna be a peaceful situation? And God is a man that seek peace. How do you figure that you gonna run your household where you pay rent at? Then you gonna come over on our territory and run our household. You paying for your apartment, not ours. We paying for ours. So how can I go over in your apartment from the outside windows or outside computer and try to run your life? How can that be rationally thinking and rationally speaking? If you're a healthy person, you should be able to understand what I'm saying. If you're healthy in your mind, how can you do that? How can you dictate over in your household and think that everybody else is going to put up with your dictatorship? How is that going to be? That's almost like a man trying to come in on a single woman and her children and trying to run the household and her and the children. That's not gonna happen that easy. For one thing, those kids gonna look at you. You ain't my daddy. In the end, you ain't my daddy. You don't come up here telling us what to do, how to do things. Then he gonna have a battle. He gonna have a power pool, especially if he comes in the wrong way. If he comes in respecting the kids of the household, that these kids been here way before you, so you can't come in giving no demands or whatsoever. You can't. You have to respect the rights of those children. And they have to feel comfortable with you because you're coming into their space. They lived there before you got there. So you can't come in thinking that you're going to boss people around or those kids going to give you hell. You're going to have a hard time dealing with a woman and her children. So some guys, I've ran across the experience in my life where some guys thought that, okay, well, I'm going to be your stepdaddy, and y'all need to listen to me with that type of mentality. Please, that did not work on me and my kids. That man was ran the hell up out of there. Do you hear me? At the end of the day, because it's how people approach you, it's how people come to you. If people want to know, anybody that knows me from South Bend, Indiana, or anywhere that I live, I've always said to myself, I mind my business. And if they really wanted to talk to me, I'm an open door, really seriously. But if I feel that your question is intrusive, I'm going to tell you. My personality is going to tell you that's none of your business. And do you know that people get offended of you telling them that I think that that's a question that I'm gonna keep that to myself, and they get offended because you don't want to share your business with them. Isn't that something? But they're unwilling to share or spill the bean or spill the tea about their family business. You know, I had this complete stranger sat down beside me at the bus stop, and he was a white guy, and he wanted to ask me what type of finance, how much money I was bringing in. And I'm looking at I'm listening to the question, and I'm observing the question. And that's a really odd question to ask someone that you just sat down and you just met. You don't even know my first name. So, where did that question come from? And why do you feel that I should be compelled to answer such a question? That's none of your business. That's not even if you bringing in money and you want to know about my personal private account. That's none of your business. You're not married to me. I don't owe you no explanation. I'm not a child. It's some people blind spots. It's like they fail to see that I'm just as grown as you. Let's play this again into a reality of thought. I am 56 years old. Do I have to change my body for a group of people? Rational thinking. Let's answer that question again. I'm 56 years old. I don't lived all the way up to 56 years on this earth. Now, a group of people don't like what I look like. Now, am I supposed to change myself to make them feel comfortable and make myself uncomfortable? Which one should I choose? Multiple choice question here. Should I choose myself and please myself and be within myself, or should I choose them and change my overall self for them? What are they going to bring to the table then? If I'm changing myself for them, what are they bringing to me? How are they adding value to my life? Think on that. Let that marinate for a minute. If you changing your life for other people, what is the benefit that you're getting out of it besides getting their Facebook thumbs up approval? I don't need that. What I want that for? That's for kids. That's a number game. I used to do telemarketing or call center work, and you learn that when you're doing telemarketing, it's all a number game. So some people is really fixed on numbers. So how many people viewed my page and how many people like me. Well, I don't need social media in order to get validation of how many people like me. I go out here when I'm out and about. I go out here. I talk to people, and I get people to sing along with me. Sometimes they be dancing with me because my personality stand out by itself. So no matter what a person say, the group of people say, right in the midst of this so-called group of hateful group that don't like me, I, I'm talking to people, and people is talking to me with no problem. They don't have no problem with me. They sing with me, dance with me. My personality just stands out. So no matter what they're saying, they're also with me saying that people having a good time with me, and I'm having a good time with them. So, sometimes people set out like this hate group to make people hate you, but they don't have power like that. They're not that powerful. They want to think in their own delusional mind that they can affect the thoughts of other people, but people choose for themselves. There was a thing my mom used to tell us. She said, don't go by what people tell you about another person. Get to know that person for themselves. Then you make your conclusion about people. You don't just go on skirt, the skirt tail of other people's opinion or other people's words. Why? Because this person cannot like this person for no reason and spread all kind of bad words about this person out of jealousy and envy. So why would I take their word? I would want to get to know the person themselves first, then draw my conclusion about people. See, I've never been a bandwagon type of person to go with the crowd. I want to get to know that person myself, and it's very elementary for adults to be on that level. Don't like those people. Well, don't that sound like the kids, when you're on in the what fifth and sixth grade in elementary, and you have those little kids say, "Don't play with her," or "Don't play with him." You know, that's how adults, is playing this game in Citric Heights, and to me, it's shocking because I'm like, I'm too old. I'm surprised that people even going there at this age. It's old age. But what you do, you tell people don't talk to that senior citizen. Don't talk to that older woman. That's crazy. It's childish.